Hello and welcome to the daily English news program on Azərbaycan Television. With your host, Rövşən with most important events of the day. On April 1st, President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, İlham, and President of the Russian Federation, Vladimir Putin, held a telephone conversation. During the phone call, developments in Nagorno-Karabakh were discussed. The presidents noted with satisfaction that in general the situation was stable and the ceasefire regime was strongly complied with. Taking into account Russian Deputy Prime Minister Alexei Overchuk's talks held in Baku, there was a discussion of the work to establish economic ties and transport communications in Southern Caucasus, carried out in line with the statement of the Russian, Azerbaijani President and Armenian Prime Minister of November 10, 2020 and January 11, 2021. In this context, the activities of the working group, co-chaired by the three countries' deputy prime ministers, were praised. The presidents also touched on a number of topical issues on the bilateral agenda, including cooperation in the fight against coronavirus pandemic. They reaffirmed their mutual commitment to continue strengthening Azerbaijani-Russian strategic partnership and promoting mutually beneficial projects. They also agreed on further contacts. President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, İlham, received Deputy Prime Minister of the Russian Federation, Alexei Overchuk.
Welcoming the Deputy Prime Minister of Russia, President İlham said, "It's nice to see you again, you're welcome. Work of tripartite working group is progressing well. Very busy consultations are underway. I am regularly updated on this issue. I'm glad that the decision made is justifying itself, and most importantly, there is already concrete result. As far as I know, 5 meetings have already been held both in face-to-face format and in the form of video conference. So there is a topic for discussion, and this topic is important today from the point of view of economic preferences, from the point of view of regional cooperation, and from the point of view of strengthening security and peace in our region. Moreover, the post-conflict situation is generally developing positively, and the risks of escalation are minimal. The more elements of cooperation there are, the stronger the security and stability will be, of course. Therefore, we will discuss these issues today and outline further steps and actions. Welcome again." Deputy Prime Minister of Russia, Alexei Overchuk, said, "Thank you, dear İlham Heydaroğlu. Thank you very much for the opportunity to meet with you and discuss the work that is being carried out within the framework of the tripartite working group of Deputy Prime Ministers on unblocking economic and transport links in the region. As you have noted, we have met 5 times, both face-to-face and a video conferencing format. Indeed, we have made some progress and the work is being done in close contact. We are always in touch with both the Azerbaijani and the Armenian sides. Indeed, we have established very good contacts there."
President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, İlham, also received Chief Technology Officer of Turkey's Baykar company, Selçuk Bayraktar, and Chairman of Board and Chief Executive Officer of Aselsan, Haluk Görgün.
Selçuk Bayraktar conveyed the greetings of Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan to the head of our state. He congratulated President İlham on the victory in the Great Patriotic War and commemorated our martyrs. Expressing gratitude for Recep Tayyip Erdogan's greetings, President İlham asked him to convey his greetings to the President of Turkey. The head of state stressed the support of Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan and the Turkish people to Azerbaijan during the Great Patriotic War. President İlham praised the Turkish President's congratulations to Azerbaijan on this victory during the summit of the Cooperation Council of Turkic-speaking states held on March 31st. Touching upon the achievements of the Turkish defense industry, President İlham stressed that Selçuk Bayraktar was at the forefront of these successes, noting the role of Baykar products and the destruction of enemy equipment during the liberation of our lands. The head of our state noted that Selçuk Bayraktar was awarded with the Karabakh Order and presented the order to Selçuk Bayraktar for his contribution to strengthening fraternal relations between Azerbaijan and Turkey, developing cooperation and contributing to the just cause of provision, the territorial integrity and sovereignty of the Republic of Azerbaijan.
Gerçekten büyük bir onur ve şeref.
Selçuk Bayraktar expressed his deep gratitude to President İlham for this high award.
President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, İlham Aliyev, received Regional Director of the World Bank, Sebastian Milineus.
President İlham Aliyev welcomed the guests and said he was very glad to see them. Regional Director of the World Bank, Sebastian Milineus, said he was glad to be back again, saying that this was a good opportunity to exchange views on future cooperation and plan joint steps. The head of state added that so far cooperation had been very successful and overall 47 projects had been implemented, some of which were still in the implementation phase. President İlham Aliyev expresses gratitude for the support extended to the important fields of development, to infrastructure in particular. Thanking the World Bank for the financing of TANAP, the head of state added that this was important in terms of conveying a message to certain financial institutions. I am very glad that the project has been inaugurated. The South and Gas Corridor project has been in operation for 3 months, and this is only the beginning. Of course, we are very proud with our ranking in doing business, and we are currently 28th out of 191 countries, said President İlham Aliyev, and added that Azerbaijan would continue to implement reforms. Touching on the opportunities on the territories liberated from the occupation, the head of state said there was great need for infrastructure on those territories because the entire infrastructure had been destroyed. President İlham Aliyev also underlined that demining and reconstruction works need to be implemented before the IDPs and refugees could return to those lands, and noted that Azerbaijan counted on cooperation with the World Bank on this issue as well. Regional Director of the World Bank, Sebastian Milineus, thanked the President for allocating the time to meet them, saying that he was very happy to return back after almost a year after the pandemic broke out. Sebastian Milineus introduced new country manager for Azerbaijan, Sarah Michaels. Underlining that she will be here for the next 4 years, Sebastian Milineus emphasized that she was the perfect choice for the position and she would further improve the cooperation between the World Bank and the government of Azerbaijan because she had all the qualities and attributes for this. During the meeting, Regional Director of the World Bank, Sebastian Milineus, underlined the importance of processes unfolding in the economic field in Azerbaijan and cooperation with the country. He highly appreciated the reforms policy pursued by President of Azerbaijan. During the meeting, the sides exchanged views on the continuation of the strategic ties and successful cooperation between the World Bank and Azerbaijan.
On April 1st, a meeting via video conference took place between President İlham Aliyev and the Director General of the World Health Organization, Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, on the initiative of the WHO Director General. The meeting was attended by Chair, WHO Regional Director for Europe Bureau, Hans Kluge, and other senior delegates.
WHO General Director Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, highly appreciating the financial assistance extended by Azerbaijan in the amount of $10 million to WHO, said the political and financial support rendered by our country to the WHO was very valuable. President İlham Aliyev spoke of the works carried out in the fight against pandemic and contributions made in this field by Azerbaijan to international cooperation. He underlined that with the initiative of our country, special session of the UN General Assembly and extraordinary summit of the Turkic Council on the fight against coronavirus were held. He stated that on March 21st, within the framework of the 46th session of the UN Human Rights Council, on the initiative of Azerbaijan in the capacity of the chair of the non-aligned movement, a resolution titled Ensuring Equal, Affordable, Timely and Universal Access to Vaccines Against COVID-19 was adopted. Touching on the importance of the fight against the pandemic, the head of state said he had made public statements in respect to vaccine nationalism, added that some countries ordered more vaccines than needed while others were facing problems. He noted that the discrimination observed in the fair distribution of vaccines was disappointing. WHO Director General Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus said 84,000 of AstraZeneca vaccines will be shipped to Azerbaijan in the near future. President İlham Aliyev expresses gratitude for this.
President İlham Aliyev signed an executive order on the establishment of a new military prosecutor offices in the territories liberated from the occupation. According to the executive order, Agdam Military Prosecutor Office was established on the basis of Gubadli Kelbecer Military Prosecutor Offices and Karabakh Military Prosecutor Office. A renowned expert in unmanned aerial vehicles, the creator of the legendary military drones, Bayraktar, Seljuk Bayraktar, visited Baku. In an exclusive interview with Azerbaycan Television, he spoke about the projects planned in our country.
It is a great happiness for me to be in my native Azerbaijan. We visited the grave of the late Heydar Aliyev, then a monument to the fallen Turkish soldiers. And then we had the opportunity to walk along the boulevard and the city center. It was a very good day. The city is beautiful. For me, breathing air with my brothers is of particular importance. Having the highest technology is a must, and the development of these technologies should be the goal. The Bayraktar unmanned aerial vehicle was known in the 2000s as a device that was manually launched into the sky. Then it became the national brand of Turkey, and in 2010 it made itself known to the whole world. With the help of the military UAVs, which flew over 3,000 hours, crushing blows were inflicted on the enemy in the 44-day patriotic war. The Karabakh conflict was our pain. It was a wound that had been bleeding for 30 years. Our contribution to victory in this war as engineers is a matter of honor, great pride for the rest of our lives. We carried out maintenance both in operations carried out in Turkey and abroad, because only after eliminating the shortcomings that arise along the way, high technologies make it possible to win in hostilities. Selçuk Bayraktar also spoke about some projects that are planned to be implemented in Baku. The world's largest festival of air technologies, Technofest, will be organized in our capital. More than 200,000 of our students took part in the competition. More than 200 students from Azerbaijan expressed their desire to participate in this challenge. The distribution of our technologies to neighboring friendly and fraternal countries is our desire. Another purpose of our trip is to organize the Technofest festival in fraternal Azerbaijan, bringing this idea to the attention of those authorized in this matter. Selçuk Bayraktar also spoke about the recent test of the new product, Akıncı. Bayraktar Akıncı weighs 5.5 tons. Unlike the previous one, the field of activity is much wider. The designation of these devices is being improved with each class, and their strategic capabilities are increasing. Of course, Bayraktar performs certain functions in the air defense system as electronic combat equipment for recognition of aerial objects. There are only 3 countries developing technology such as Akıncı. I can say with confidence that the development of innovations and the implementation to improve the functions of Akıncı will bring it to the first place among the devices of this category. There are other new projects related to the military industry, the implementation of which is planned in the near future.
2,248 infections with novel coronavirus were registered in Azerbaijan. 860 people were carried out to treatment and released home. 26 people who earlier tested positive for COVID-19 died. The overall confirmed cases in Azerbaijan have reached 263,961, with 238,985 recoveries and 3,593 deaths. The number of active infections is 21,383. To detect new infection cases over the past day, 14,375 tests and overall 2,888,033 tests have been conducted in Azerbaijan. The task force under the Cabinet of Ministers reported. That was all for the day. Thank you for being with us and see you next time.